Welcome everyone. Today we are learning one of the most powerful feature of Django REST Framework, which is generic views. Think of generics like ready-made templates that already contain common logic such as retrieving data, listing records, creating items, updating and deleting. Instead of writing long boilerplate code, generic allow us to build APIs in just a few lines. This improves readability, reduces bugs, and speeds up development, especially in real-world projects. So here question arises, what are generic in DRF? Generics are pre-built class-based views that provide default implementation for common CRUD operations. We have CRUD operations: create, read, update and delete. So generic basically help us to create views for the default implementation for common CRUD operations. So with the help of generic, you don't need to write custom get, post or put manually serializer or .save. So DRF handles this automatically. So this is the beauty of generic DRF. So here question arises, when to use generics? When you want fast and clean API development for CRUD operations, database plus serializer plus APIView integration, clean code with minimal boilerplate. So what are the benefits of generics? So benefit of generics using DRF: less code, the CRUD APIs in 1 to 5 lines, and reusability, uses reusable base classes, faster development with the help of DRF generics, no need to write repetitive logic, and built-in features, pagination, filtering and authentication. As you see, we have the 5 common generic views. The first one is ListAPIView. ListAPIView basically get list of records, like we use the get to get record. So ListAPIView help us to get list of records, and then we have the CreateAPIView for creating the objects or for creating new record with the help of post. So this will automatically handled by CreateAPIView if you want to create new record for the database. So after that we have RetrieveUpdateAPIView. So for retrieving a single object using primary key or get a single record by ID, get one like. So after that we have UpdateAPIView, and as you see, for updating a single object using primary key or update an existing record with the help of put or patch HTTP methods. And then we have DestroyAPIView. So as you see, the DestroyAPIView help us for deleting an object with the help of primary key. So deleting a record, as for deleting a record we have HTTP method delete. So the DestroyAPIView automatically use this method to delete the record for such primary key. So after that we have combining generics, the 3 most used combination: ListCreateAPIView. As you see, for listing and creating objects, the ListCreateAPIView, the combine get all and then post new records with the help of ListCreateAPIView. Don't worry, we will see with the help of practical, so don't try to, so just focus on what are these concepts. So ListCreateAPIView basically help us to get a record or post new record. Then we have RetrieveUpdateAPIView for retrieving and updating objects using primary key. So to get one or to update record with the help of primary key, and then we have RetrieveUpdateDestroyAPIView for retrieving, updating and deleting object with the help of primary key. So these are the combining generics, the most commonly used combination. Save the code, and if I refresh, as you see, I am getting all the employees data just with the help of 2 lines. So this is the beauty of generics in DRF. With less line of code, we will get all the data from our database. So after that, from generics we have another function, another view, CRUDAPIView. So let's try, and if I refresh this, you will see I am getting the input box to create employee. Let's create one employee. Employee name Irshad, AI full stack engineer. Click on post. As you see, with the help of these 2 lines of code, I just create an employee with this record ID 7, employee ID, employee 008, and then employee name and designation AI full stack engineer. So till now we cover the employee generics.CreateAPIView and ListCreateAPIView. Now it's time. As you see, I am getting an error. Here I have to mention lookup field equal to primary key. Save this, and if I refresh the page, so till now we cover the CreateAPIView and ListAPIView. So now it's time to create another class, employee detail, and I am passing from generics dot RetrieveUpdateAPIView. That's done. After that, queryset will be equal to employee dot objects dot all, and then serializer class will be employee serializer. After that, to retrieve the detail of one employee, we have to pass lookup field equal to primary key. After saving this, now it's time to create a URL for this, and I already created, and now I am uncomment this. If I save this and if I refresh this is working fine. In URL I am going to pass one employee ID like this. I am passing an employee ID in my URL. Clear there, and if I hit this endpoint, and as you see I am getting the employee info with ID 4. So in this way you will apply Django DRF RetrieveUpdateAPIView of generics. Now it's time to apply the generics update API view from generics dot update API view. Let me save this, and if I refresh this, you will see I am getting the 3 input fields, employee ID for this ID which I just provide in URL for the employee 4, and I want to update the name from Hafz to home, and if I click on put, you will see the data is updated. So in this way you will apply the DRF Generics update API view. So now it's time to delete generics dot Destroy API view. Save this. I am getting another button with delete red. So if I click on this, you will see, are you sure to want to delete this implied detail? Yes, delete it. And as you see, I am getting 204. So this means this HTTP response status means there is no content for that employee with the help of ID 4. So till now we see the individual create API view, list API view, retrieve API view, update API view, and destroy API view of generics. So after that we have a combined ListCreateAPIView for listing and creating objects. Now it's time to see this. So here I am going to update this from generics, create ListCreateAPIView. So save the code. Let me comment this code and this path as well. So we have just applying the generics.ListCreateAPIView with these two lines. And if I refresh the code, see, I just refresh it and you see the data of employees which is in our DB. We have 4 employees with ID 1, 5, 6 and 7, and as well as we are getting the 3 input fields to create new employee. So here I am going to create new employee. Let's say the employee will be 4 and employee name will be Kasha. The name will be Kasha Yusuf and the destination is MBBA expert of data. So if I click on post, as you see, I am creating a new employee with name Kasha Yusuf. Sorry, by mistake the spelling will be, this will be Kasha Yusuf. Okay, now the employee name is okay now and the destination is MBB expert of data. So we are getting a data and we are creating a student with the help of combined generic ListCreateAPIView. So after that it's time to apply other two combine. So I am going to uncomment this and as well this. So now it's time to apply RetrieveUpdateAPIView. RetrieveUpdateAPIView. So save the code, refresh the page, and if I pass, let me get all the employees data. I have 5 employees. I am going to get the data for the employee 6. So for that I am going to pass the employee ID in this URL. As you see, I just passed the employee ID 6 in URL and I am getting the detail of employee, as well as I am getting to update this. So let's update first check Django developer. Update this. So as you see, we are getting a student employee and we are updating the employee with the help RetrieveUpdateAPIView. Now it's time to see RetrieveUpdateDestroyAPIView. This will help us for retrieving, updating and deleting object using primary key. So I'm going to change this from RetrieveUpdateDestroyAPIView. Save the code, and if I refresh, I am getting the detail of employee 6 and we have delete option as well, and we have 3 fields to update the record for that particular student. So let's call it Imran. Update the name. Update is working fine, and retrieving is working also fine, and now it's time to delete this. Delete. So in this way you will apply all the generics APIView, and you practically see how to apply these APIs view of generics. So reusable API views that implement common patterns with just 2 lines of code, not so much line. I hope this video is helping you for this. If you are new on this channel, don't forget to subscribe and like. Thanks for watching.